What's up guys, Milenis here, and today's video is a bit different from what you're used to watching on this channel. This is purely a promo for the classes that Paul Antonio has released, and those are 5 classes talking about very important things. They can work both for beginners and advanced people in calligraphy, and I definitely recommend them. The price of all classes is £50, and you can get 25% discount with the code that you can find in the description. Paul told me some people were complaining that how is he charging people for his knowledge. Please people, keep in mind there is no other person, there is no other master in the world that has given more knowledge to the calligraphy world for free, and in hard times like this Paul needs to make money as well. And also keep in mind this price that he's charging is very low for the things he's teaching you in those classes.
Hi, my name is Paul Antonio, and in this pre-basic video, one of the first prerequisite videos I would suggest you study from, I'm going to look at posture. So this video is split into different parts where I'll look at posture working flat for different scripts at different angles, and I'll also work with a slanted table, and I will work standing up so that you can see the different approaches that you need to apply when you're working in different positions. The first thing you have to remember is you have to keep your chest up. So notice I'm leaning forward, I'm also slouching. And you want to roll the shoulders back and lift the chest up. So the shoulders go back down and the chest sits up. And the head is nice and high and straight. And the back, I'm not pushing my back out, so I'm not doing this. I'm lifting my chest up. So I'm just holding my position. In this part of the posture video, I'm going to look at how to use an angled writing board. The aim of these kinds of boards is to mimic the historical writing surfaces which we see in illuminated manuscripts, which the monks sat at to write Bibles, in which scribes wrote charters and land deeds and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to turn the chair. Now, at the angled board, what you need to do is you need to make sure you're not falling onto the board. The size of the writing dictates the distance you are away from the script. If you're writing a little bit closer, ideally what you want to do is you want to get just a little bit closer if the writing's a little bit smaller. So if you're writing, let's say you're writing the word menu. In this second video of the prerequisites, I'm going to be looking at placement. So placement covers the placement of the page. So we're going to look at where the paper sits for you to write comfortably. We're going to look at how different tools work on a sheet and where that sheet needs to sit on the page. There are 3 things which are important here. You, the edge of the table. Most people tend to sit with their sternum and their chest parallel to the edge of the table. This means that the page is facing forward. So the first thing I'm going to look at is, why is this a problem? Keeping the arm on the table is really critically important for smooth lines because you need to support the arm. As soon as you go off the edge of the table is going to press against the elbow, and that can be quite painful. It can also make writing. In this third of the basic prerequisite videos, we will look at position. So position in this video looks at the position of the hand on the table. So it's about your wrist, your hand, and the page, as well as the tool. So it's principally your wrist, the hand, and the tool, because we looked at the page and its placement in the previous video. If you don't understand where the page should sit, so I'm going to look at specifically a little part of this segment on how to deal with issues arising from writing if you're left-handed. Now, I'm going to use my Copperplate script manual. In this 4th of the prerequisite videos, I'm going to look at my specific tool hold, which I sometimes refer to as my augmented tool hold or the augmented pen hold. What this hold that I developed, the P-Scribe hold, what it does is most people hold the tool at the tip of the pen, right down at the ferrule. What this does is it forces you to use your fingers, and if you want to write bigger, you have to push the fingers beyond their comfort zone and pull them out of their comfort zone. So your comfort zone is roughly only about. In this 5th video of the basic prerequisites, we will look at muscular movement and whole arm movement. Both muscular movement and whole arm movement are essential elements for producing smooth calligraphy with smooth lines without shakes in the lines, be them curves or straight lines. It's an essential part of writing with a tool on a piece of paper, and admittedly also writing vertically. Muscular movement is based on a very tiny movement, and I think this is where the biggest problem starts with the understanding of what this thing is. Muscular movement is all centered around these muscles. You also have to curl the 2 fingers underneath, so you're basically gliding on the fingernails to produce this movement. Notice that's the movement, it's not this. And I think that's where a lot of people confuse muscular movement, because they think it's a much bigger movement. It's a very, very small movement. So I'm going to pull my sleeve down to show you what this movement looks like through a sleeve. All you want to get is this. So we're going to look at how the tools interact with the page using this muscular and whole arm movement. So one of the things I always get students to do is to try to understand how a pencil works. Because you know what? If you can't do it with a pencil, you're not going to be doing it with a pen. And you'll try to do it with a pen and you will struggle and you will really suffer, because understanding the structure with the pencil really gives you a sense of what the exercise is. Now, I can feel that after 10 revolutions, that there's tension creeping back into my hand. So it's really important that you start to understand this. So if we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So those were the promo clips from the classes of Paul Antonio, guys. This is definitely something everybody will benefit from. Doesn't matter if you're 1 month into calligraphy or 5 years, it doesn't matter. There are tips that are really important for most of us and that can improve your calligraphy a lot. If you're not able to pay at all, we will have a game, then we will give to 5 people the classes for free. If you're interested in this, check the description. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep writing.